Today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on La Nuit De L'homme Eau De Parfum from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. To find out my thoughts on this one, as well as where I'd rank this one amongst the others in this line, stay tuned to Mags Frags. Yes, hello again everybody and welcome to another episode of Mags Frags. I'm Paul and this is day 37 of my Fragrance 365 project, where I talk about a different fragrance every day for a whole year. So today's scent of the day is one that came out last year and it hasn't ever really been available to purchase from retailers in the UK. Even the official Yves Saint Laurent concessions in the leading department stores didn't stock it, so I ended up getting a friend to pick this one up from a duty-free shop for me. This is La Nuit De L'homme and this is the Eau De Parfum version, and I've been wearing it now for a good 7 to 8 months, so I feel like I've got a good idea of what it's all about. And at the end of the video I will let you know how this compares to the original and also the others in this lineup. So without further ado, let's dive in and we'll break this one down and see what it's all about. Okay, so the top notes in this one are grapefruit and cardamom. In the mid we've got clary sage, leather and lavender. And in the base there's patchouli, sandalwood, vetiver and tonka. Yeah, so if you're just getting into fragrances and you're not too familiar with the La Nuit De L'homme line, then I'd say the original is probably the best place to start because all the others centre around this one, and this is the one that gets talked about the most in the fragrance community. The most prominent note in the whole of this lineup is cardamom, which produces a sweet and spicy aroma with a slightly bitter aftertaste. It's a note that I really enjoy, and in my opinion nobody does a better take on the note of cardamom than the La Nuit De L'homme lineup. The Eau De Parfum takes this DNA and it adds leather and tonka bean, which sweetens up the blend a little bit further and it adds a touch more depth. It's not overly sweet and cloying, and it kind of still stays on the spicier side, but it just rounds the edges off of the original. I can definitely detect the leather, but it doesn't dominate the scent, and it's the cardamom that is still the king in this one. It's spicy, slightly dark and mysterious, and it has a distinctive character that I would say is charming and elegant. Yeah, it comes in this familiar round glass bottle with a polygon shaped cap and has a black to orange gradient which looks very similar to the L'Intense flanker, so be careful not to confuse these two like I did and buy this one thinking that you were buying the Eau De Parfum. The branding is printed across the front in silver, and it's also got an embossed YSL logo on the top of the cap. I also mentioned in the L'Intense review that it's the juice that's actually the deep orange and not the colour of the glass bottle, so take extra care when you're spraying it on your crisp white shirt. The box is familiar all the way along this line. You get a matte black finish with again the polygon in like a gloss finish there. You've got a logo on the top, got the product information on the back, and then you've got the batch code on the bottom. So yeah, what do you think to the presentation on these? Let me know down in the comments what you think, but I really enjoy the presentation. I like the different colorways of these. The only thing that kind of just irritates me slightly is the original's the only one that hasn't got the silver branding on the front, and sometimes you can hardly see it if it's against a darker background, so I kind of wish that was silver as well. Kind of looks like the odd man out, but apart from that I think the presentation on these is absolutely fantastic. Spray quality, look at that beautiful fine mist, so yeah, fabulous presentation on these ones. I would personally wear this all year round, and I actually do. The only time that I wouldn't reach for this is probably in the midday sun during the middle of summer. You can wear it dressed up, or you can have it as a daily casual driver or as an office scent, and I think it'd be suitable for anybody of any age range. It's just a perfect balance of sweetness and of spiciness. It's just a really enjoyable scent that's easy to wear, and it's so versatile. Yeah, and I think in terms of like versatility, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. The performance of the original is often its Achilles heel, and recent reformulations have been criticised for the lack of projection and longevity. I personally don't think the original is too bad, but for this, I think this one is definitely an improvement. I've had loads of compliments whenever I've worn it, so that tells me that it's projecting really well. And I would say it probably projects for a good couple of hours or so, and then I can still detect it after the 8-hour mark. Which is all I really want from a fragrance. This is a superstar fragrance that would feature in any of my top 10 fragrance lists. So if I was to place my top 5 fragrances from this line in order of preference, I would say that the Eau Electrique would come in the number 5 spot. Controversially, the original would come in at number 4. The L'Intense would take the number 3 spot, and then the Le Parfum would then get number 2, which means the top one in this line for me would be the Eau De Parfum. Now don't get me wrong, I don't dislike any of the fragrances in this line, and I enjoy wearing them all. There's only subtle differences between each one, but for me this one has grown on me more and more each time I've worn it, and now I absolutely love it. It's a gorgeous scent that's so addictive and intoxicating. I'll be covering all the others in this line throughout the 365 project, so make sure to look for them in upcoming future videos. Yeah, so once again, that's about it for today's scent of the day. Don't forget, tomorrow I'll be talking about a very popular fragrance, and I've been asked a few times now to give my thoughts on it, so don't forget to tune in for that one. Also, if you've found this video useful, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm slowly creeping towards that magical milestone of 1,000 subscribers, so if you've already subscribed, thank you very much for your support. It's much appreciated. It's also great to hear your opinions on all the fragrances that feature in the videos, so don't forget to keep your comments coming and let me know what you think of all these fragrances that are being reviewed. So until next time everybody, once again thank you very much for tuning in. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and bye bye for now.